After a job gone wrong forces him to flee the UK, a down on his luck hitman is forced to babysit the son of his new crime boss in the new action comedy London Calling. With me now is the director and co-writer of the film, Alan Unger, and leading man, Josh Duhamel. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Good.
How about you, Charles?
I'm doing great, thank you guys. Now, to start off, what kind of drew you guys to this film? Alan, let's start with you.
Yeah, I grew up watching a lot of these kind of seminal buddy cop movies, and always have loved the concept of sort of pairing two people from two different walks of life who have no business being in the same room together. And I think you get a lot of comedy out of that, a lot of interesting situations and action arises from it. So I got sent this script and I fell in love with the characters. I really loved the themes about fathers and sons and redemption and sort of the sense of being an underdog. And I think, wrapping that in sort of this popcorn bow, I like to call it, of the action genre, it seemed like something fresh I hadn't, really watched in a while. And I like to make movies that I want to watch. And I used to, think of myself as the audience a little bit. So I was excited to make it.
Okay, Josh, same question to you.
What was the question?
What drew you to the film?
Oh, yeah. It was something that I hadn't done, really. It was just an opportunity to play this guy who was just not what he used to be. And he desperately wants to be that and has to sort of face the reality that he's lost a step. And after shooting the wrong person in the opening scene, realizes his eyesight's not what it used to be, and ends up having to flee London and go into Los Angeles against his will. You find him a year later, miserable in this shitty apartment, and he has to, in an effort to go back and see his son, makes a deal with his low-rent mob boss, played by Rick Hoffman, that if he wants to go back and see his son and have security, because they still want to kill him over there, he has to take his son out and toughen him up a bit. His son's a bit of a marshmallow, and he wants him to, start stepping into his shoes someday. So I have to take this kid who has no business being on this job with me out for the day. So there you have the perfect landscape for a lot of shit to go wrong.
And a lot of stuff absolutely does go wrong. And a great film altogether. You guys have an amazing cast. And Josh, like we talked about a little bit, you take on the role of Tommy Ward. So going into that, what was your experience like preparing for that role and then even taking on it?
I really just I love the idea of finding, one thing that Alan and I really worked on in that first movie we did called Bandit was character first, figuring out what exactly makes these guys tick, and then finding the humor from that and finding the action from that. It was all scripted extremely well, so it wasn't too much of a stretch, but really within that, and then with Jeremy Ray Taylor, who plays Julian, to really grind it down to the bone and figure out what exactly do we want to accomplish from the scene, and how do we make it as honest as possible and as funny as possible. And that was really, the main drive every single day, every single scene in this movie.
Yeah. Alan, in a statement on the film, you actually said working on this project was, quote, the most incredible filmmaking experience you've had to date. So what set this one apart from other movies we've worked on?
So we got to film this in Cape Town in South Africa, which is an incredible and beautiful place. And I think it was also the first time that I had the tools at my disposal. I mean, listen, on all these movies, there's a finite amount of money. You never have enough of it. You never have enough time. So, but this for me, as a filmmaker, was my biggest movie. And I think that it was a story that I had, like a genre I'd really wanted to explore for a while, but I was a little hesitant to do so because I never wanted to do it without the proper resources. And so this kind of finally felt like an opportunity for me to sink my teeth into it and do it properly and at least do justice to the genre. So I think, all of that, and it was our second time working together. And so there was this trust, there was a shorthand, and I think it allowed us to come up with really great moments that we weren't expecting and find that rhythm and find that magic. It was like summer camp. It was like a very fun summer camp with explosions.
Well, you guys definitely have a great movie on your hand. I can't wait for audiences to go see it. London Calling hits theaters September 19th. Josh, Alan, thank you guys for talking with me
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you very much.